All of you, good morning. Today our class is for the first semester. For the first semester, first year, first semester in the English grammar. We are discussed about the English grammar. In the English grammar, we want to discuss a topic is a tenses. A topic is a tenses. When we are entering to the grammar, what are the letters and what are the sounds? What are the sounds? In English, you know how many letters are there? In English, 26 letters are there. In 26, these 26 letters produce the sound, 44 sounds. Produce the 44 sounds. Produce the 44 phonetic sounds. The letters are the four kinds are there: capital letters, small letters, and again scripting capital letters and scripting small letters. Printing capital and printing small, scripting small and scripting capital letters. These are the letters. But we want to know the first a word, letters. A word is a group of letters which gives a complete meaning is a word. What is the word? Word is a group of letters which gives a complete meaning is a word. Example, teacher. Teacher is the teacher. It's a separate meaning, separate spelling. In this letters, what are the teacher? Teacher is again write the like a rechaet, rechaet. That is also a group of letters, but that is not the given a complete meaning. But teacher is the giving complete meaning, that is a dictionary words. That's why we want to know or we want to learn about the word. In this way, boy, girl, book, text, these are the words. And in the same way, sentence. What is the sentence? A sentence is a group of words which gives a complete meaning. A sentence is a group of words which gives a complete meaning. A sentence is a group of words which gives a complete meaning is a sentence. Example, I am a student. I am a student. I am learning grammar. I am learning grammar. This is the meaningful sentences. These are the meaningful sentences. But we will write this student a am I. That is also sentence, but that is not given the a fully or a complete meaning. That is not give a fully meaning. That is incomplete. That is not a complete meaning. It is a incomplete and it's a not understandable the sentences. Okay, word and sentences you know already. And then we will go to the in the same way how it is make a story also. A story is a group of paragraphs which gives a complete meaning. That is also it's a complete meaning of the paragraphs is a story. Next, when we want to learn the grammar, first we want to know the parts of the speech in English. Parts of the speech in English. Words are divided into 8 kinds. Words are divided into 8 kinds. We will show the picture also for the what are the parts of the speech. What are the parts of this? We will show the picture also. Okay, you see in the first picture, parts of the speech. Words are divided into 8 kinds, or called, or 8 categories, or called according to their used. And these kinds or categories are called parts of the speech. Words are divided into 8 kinds or 8 categories, are called the parts of the speech. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, interjection. We will call in this Telugu, these are the భాషా భాగాలు. ఆంగ్ల భాషలో పదాలు వాక్యంలో పనిచేయు తీరును బట్టి 8 విధాలుగా విభజించబడింది. వీటినే భాషా భాగాలు అంటారు. సపోజ్ we are writing in the example, students, I am a student, I am teaching the lesson, now I am teaching the lesson. These are the sentences. In these sentences, I am student, these are the words. Again in the second sentence, now I am teaching the class. In the sentence, every word has a specific name. Every word has a specific name. I is the subject and am is the helping verb and student is the noun. Student is the common noun. In the same way, second sentence also. That's why every word has a specific name in English. That names are called a parts of the speech. The parts of the speech are in 8 number: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, interjection. Now we want to learn about the noun. Noun. A noun is a word used as the names of person, places, animal and things. A noun is a word used as the names of persons, places, animals and things. Example, persons means individual names: Shiva, Raju, Rani, Vikram, Sainath, etc., etc., etc. And places, Warangal, Hanmakonda, Hyderabad, etc., etc. Things, pen, fan, watch, bell, tie, etc., etc. And animals, lion, tiger, cat, rat, buffaloes, cows, etc., etc. Those are the nouns. Noun is a name of the person, place or thing. Next, pronoun. A pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun. A pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun. When we are used the instead of a noun is a word, that pronoun. Where we are used the instead of a noun is a pronoun. Example, she is a dancer, he is a student, it is a very nice book. Here is the she is the pronoun, he is the pronoun, it is the pronoun. Next, verb. Next word, verb. Next parts of this is a verb. A verb is a word which expresses doing, being, possession on subject, possession of a subject. A verb is a word which expresses doing, being, possession of subject is a verb. Example, he walks quickly. She sings very well. She sings very well. Sings, walks are the verb. The boy is running in the ground. The boy is running in the ground. The students are playing in the ground. The students are playing in the ground. Running, playing are the verbs. Running, playing are the verbs. All doing actions. All doing actions. What are the all actions? Are it will be income in the for the verb forms. Next, adverb. An adverb is a word which enlarges the meaning of a verb. an adjective or another adverb. An adverb is a word which enlarges the meaning of a verb, an adjective or another adverb or another adverb. Example, Shushila sings very sweetly. Shushila sings very sweetly. The bananas are very tasty. The bananas are very tasty. That classroom is a very large classroom. This classroom is a very large or a huge classroom. Here is the sweetly, large or a huge is the adverbs. Huge is the adverbs. Next word is the adjective. Next part of the speech is the adjective. Okay, next part of this is the adjective. An adjective is a word that describes the qualities of a person, noun, pronoun is called adjective. An adjective is a word that describes the qualities of a person, noun, pronoun is called an adjective. Warangal is a historical place. Warangal is an example. Warangal is a historical place. Please give me 3 rupees. Gita is a religious book. He is a tall boy. She is a beautiful girl. She is a beautiful girl. Here is the, what is that adjective? Describes of the person. Describes of the qualities of the person. Qualities of the noun words. Here is the Warangal is a historical city. Warangal belongs to a historical city. Please give me 3 rupees. Gita is a religious book. He is a tall boy. She is a beautiful girl. Historical, 3 rupees. Religious, tall, beautiful, short. These are the adjective words. These are the adjective words. These are the adjective words. Next, preposition. Preposition is a word which is placed before a noun or pronoun to show relation between noun and pronoun. Preposition is a word which is placed before noun or pronoun to show relation between noun and pronoun. Kamala saw Kiran in the library. Kamal saw Kiran in the library. The ring is made of gold. The ring is made of gold. I shall come on Wednesday. I shall come on Wednesday. Rama comes at 5 o'clock in the evening. Rama comes at 5 o'clock in the evening. Here is the in, on, at, of. These are the prepositions. These are the prepositions. Without prepositions, we did not make a meaningful sounds. Without prepositions, we did not make a meaningful voice. It's very difficult to prepare. It's a very difficult to prepare a meaningful sentences. A meaningful sentences. Next, conjunction. Conjunction. A conjunction is a word which joins one word to another or one sentence to another. A conjunction is a word which joins one word to another or one sentence to another. One sentence to another sentence. Example, Nalini worked hard but she failed in the examination. Nalini worked hard but she failed in the examination. Abhishek and Hurtik are good friends. Abhishek and Hurtik are good friends. Here, Nalini worked hard. She failed in the examination. But there is a conjunction between the and, but there is no meaningful. There is no meaningful. Nalini worked hard. There is a something in the adding of the sentences. That is not the fulfill of the sentence. That's why Nalini worked hard, but she failed in the exam. But she failed in the exam. This is the complete sentence. This is the complete meaningful sentence. Abhishek and Hrutik are good friends. Abhishek and Hrutik are good friends. But when you are not using the conjunction, that is not a fulfill of the sentences. Next, interjection. Interjection. An interjection is a word which tells some sudden or emotional feeling. An interjection is a word which tells some sudden or emotional feeling of the person. Is a interjection. Is a interjection. An interjection is a word which tells some sudden or emotional feeling. Which are the interjection words? Ush, don't make noise in the class. Hello, what is the matter? Hello, what is the matter? Is the exclamator or a intra? Oh God, save me. Interjection is a sudden feeling of the action. Sudden feeling of the action. Now we will go to the grammar topic. Tenses. Tenses. Tense means time. Tense means time. A tense is a form of a verb which tells us time of action or state of completeness. State of completeness. There are mainly three tenses in English. Every tense is divided into four forms. A tense is a form of a verb which tells us time of action, which tells us time of action or a state of completeness or a state of completeness. There are mainly three tenses in English. There are mainly three tenses in English. Those are present tense, past tense, future tense. Present tense, past tense, future tense. These main tenses in English is again divided each one into four. These three main tenses are divided into each one into four. Present tense are three kinds, past tense is the four kinds, and future tense also four kinds. Present tense is the four kinds, past tense is the four kinds, future tense is the four kinds. In the present tense, we are divided into four tenses. Simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect continuous, present perfect continuous. Okay, without tense or without tense forms, we did not complete the actions or we did not understand the actions. We did not complete the actions and we did not understand the actions. Simple present tense. In the present tense is divided into four kinds. That is the simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect continuous tense. Perfect continuous tense. Now we will go to the next tense, past tense. In the past tense also divided into four kinds. That is the simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous tense. In the same way, future also. Future tense also divided into four kinds. Simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous. Simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous. These are the mainly 12 tenses in English. Simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect continuous. Simple past, past continuous, past perfect past perfect continuous. Next, future tense in the simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous is the 4 tense. These are the main. 3 into 4 is equal to 12. 12 tenses in English. 12 tenses in English. We thoroughly and we understood what are the formulas. In every tense has a specific meaning and every tense has a specific ideas and specific formulas in English. Specific formulas in English. You see here, first we will go to the simple present tense. Simple present tense. What is the simple present tense and what are the actions are coming in the simple present tense, you will see or we will discuss it. Simple present tense. In the simple present tense, to express an habitual actions or repeated actions, daily actions, universal truths, present actions, arranged plans, etc. etc. In the simple present tense, to express an habitual actions or repeated actions or daily actions, universal truths, present actions, arranged plans, these are actions come in the simple present tense. These are actions come in the simple present tense. Okay, when we know or when we want to the grammar or tenses, you know the persons. First of you want to know the persons. How many persons are there? First person, second person, third person. First person and second person, third person. Who is a first person? Who is a talking person is the first person, and who is the listening person is the second person. Talking person is the first person, listening person is the second person, and who is a another person is there is a third person, or which is the between two persons communication about the matter, that is a third person. First person is talking person, second person is listening person, and what about they are talking or they are listening is the third, that is the third action, that is the third person, that is the third person. In the persons, plural form is there, singular form is there. In the persons, plural form is there, singular form is there. I is the first person singular, we is the plural form. We is the plural form. Suppose I am teaching. We are in the classroom. Now we are in the classroom. We are now in the classroom. Okay, second person, you. All of you first year BSc students. All of you first year BCom students. All of you first year BA students. You are the all first year BA students. Here is the BA students. You are the BA students. Next, second person is singular also you and plural also you. All of you we will call, an individual Ravi, you stand up, we will also call you. The third person, he, she, it, or a singular name is the third person singular, and they is the third person plural. They is the third person plural. And when we will go to the simple present tense, what are the actions come in the simple present tense? Habitual actions, repeated actions, daily actions, universal truths, arranged plans, historical events, and arranged plans actions are coming in the simple present tense. Okay, you see the structure. What is the structure of a simple present tense? Subject plus V1 plus object. Subject plus V1 plus object. Subject plus verb 1 plus object. Subject plus V1 plus object. Here is the example. I go to the college daily. I go to the college daily. Rama goes to the temple every Saturday. Rama goes to the temple every Saturday. We are arranged the meeting. We are arranged the every Sunday. We are arranged the meeting every Sunday. Shahjahan builds the Taj Mahal. Shahjahan builds the Taj Mahal. These are the example sentences. These are the example sentences. Okay. Rani takes milk every morning. Rani takes milk every morning. The school opens at 8 o'clock. The school opens at 8 o'clock. YVR opens, takes, comes. We are using the S for the verb. Okay, you write down or you listen. Simple note. If the subject is in the third person singular, if the subject is in the third person singular number, the verb takes S or ES or IES. The verb takes the add of the letters S or ES or IES or IES. TAKES takes. DOES does. She does the work every morning. She does her homework every morning. This is the simple present tense. Simple present tense. Simple present tense. Next, we will go to the present continuous. Present continuous. Present continuous. What is the present continuous? An action which begins in the an action which begins and going on at the present time. The action is started in the past and now it's a going on. Now it's a going on at the present time also. That is the present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. And what is the structure of the present continuous tense? Subject plus am, is, or. Subject plus am, is, or plus V1 plus inform plus object. Subject plus am, is, or plus V1 plus inform plus object. You see the examples here. I am teaching grammar. I am teaching grammar. You are listening the class. You are listening the class. Suppose when you are in the house or when we are having a Pongal holidays. Pongal holidays. What you are doing that there in that Pongal holidays? What you are doing that time? In the Pongal holidays, you went to your house. You did not studying in the classes that time. But what you are doing? Some members are asked to you. You are told to me. You are told to that. You are told to them. I am studying. I am studying in the Government Degree College Bhadrachalam. I am studying in Government Degree College Bhadrachalam. Why you are studying? How you are studying in that village? That moment. But when you are not studying in the village, in the holidays, that is your part of the education or your part of the education system. That holidays is one of the part of your rest. That's why you went to your village. But you are not going to in your village, but that time also you are studying. Because the holidays is a part of your education year. That holidays is a part of the education year. That's why you are told to I am studying. She is writing a letter. She is writing a letter. Okay, here is the structure. You see, subject plus am, is, are plus V1 plus inform plus object. Okay, study, studying, write, writing, listen, listening, swim, swimming, run, running, run plus ing, running, swim plus ing, swimming, read plus ing, reading. This is the ing form of the verb. This is the ing form of the verb. When the action is going on, the action is going on. What are the helping verbs come in the sentences? Am, is, are. Am, is, are. Am is always followed I. Am is always followed I. I am. And is followed only third person singulars. Is followed only third person singular. She is, he is, it is. Now it is raining. Now it is raining. Now it is class going on. Now it is class going on. And are is always followed the plural forms. Are is followed the plural forms. Are is followed the plural forms. Okay, now you see the examples of the sentences here. They are dash play in the bracket cricket now. They are dash they dash play cricket now. I dash write a letter at present. Look it dash bracket la rain. Listen somebody dash knock at the door. Knock at the door. These are the examples. They are playing the cricket now. I am writing letter at present. Listen, somebody is knocking the door. Somebody is knocking the door. Don't disturb. They are listening the class. They are listening the class. Don't disturb them. They are listening the class. These are the present continuous tense sentences. These are the present continuous tense sentences. Okay, now we want to discuss about the again first from the beginning. Now we want to go to the back to the class. What we are discussed from the beginning. From the beginning. Okay, you are listened in the class now. A moment before. What are the parts of the speech? The parts of the speech are 8 in number. The parts of the speech are 8 in number. What is that? Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunction, interjection. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, interjection, conjunction, and prepositions. These are the 8 kinds of parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, and prepositions, conjunction, interjection. Conjunction and interjection. Those are the 8 in number. 8 in number. And what is the name, noun? Names of a person, place or thing. Names of a person, place, thing or etc. And what is the pronoun? The pronouns are used instead of a noun. He, she, it. He, she, it is the pronouns. He, she, it is the pronouns. Now what is the next? Verb. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb and adjective. Verb. What is a verb? A verb is a word which expresses doing, being, position of the subject. Position of the subject. A verb is a word which expresses doing, being, position of the subject. Next, adverb. An adverb is a word which enlarges the meaning or verb or another adverb. Next, an adjective. An adjective is a word that describes the qualities of a person or pronoun or noun is called an adjective. Next, preposition. Preposition is a word which is placed before a noun or pronoun to show relation between the noun and pronoun. Conjunction. A conjunction is a word which joins one word to another or one sentence to another sentence. A conjunction is a word which joins one word to another or one sentence to another sentence. Interjection. An interjection is a word which tells some sudden or emotional feeling of the person. Interjection is a word which is sudden or emotional feeling of the person. Emotional feeling of the person. And what are the remaining part tenses? Now we are discussed about the tenses. Tense means it's a time. Tense means it's a time. Tense means it's a time or time of action. Tense means it's a time of action. Time of action. Okay, tense is a form of a verb which tells time of action or state of completeness. State of completeness. Okay, how many tenses are there? Mainly 3 tenses are there in English. There are mainly 3 tenses are there in English. That is the present tense, past tense, future tense. These 3 tenses are divided into each one 4 kinds. Present tense is divided into 4 kinds, past tense is divided into 4 kinds, and future tense is also divided into 4 kinds. What are that? Simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect, present perfect continuous. In the same way, simple past tense, past perfect, simple past tense, past continuous, past perfect continuous. In the same way, future tense, simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous. Simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous. What is the simple present tense? To express habitual actions or repeated actions, daily actions, universal truths, present actions, arranged plans. To express habitual actions or repeated actions, daily actions, universal truths, arranged plans, historical events, etc. etc. That is the simple present tense. Simple present tense. The structure is subject plus V1 plus ing form. Subject plus verb 1 plus ing object. Subject plus verb 1 plus object. Subject plus V1 plus ing form. Rama kills Ravana. She goes to the temple every daily. Rama goes to the temple every Monday. Or we drink the coffee daily. We drink the coffee daily 2 times. And we are attend the examination every sem examination in a year. We will attend the examination every year in 2 times. Every year in 2 times. These are the actions in the simple present tense. Rama kills Ravana. Birds fly in the sky. Birds fly in the sky. She writes the letter. She writes the letter. She writes the letter. These are the actions. These are the actions come in the simple present tense. And next, what are the action? Present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. What is that present continuous tense? To express an action which is begins in the past and now it's going on at a present time. And now it's going on at a present time. The action has started is in the past and continuous in the present time also. That is a continuous in the present time also. That is a, we will say here example, I am studying. But your study is where you are started in the past. You are started in the first class. You are studying in the started in the first class. You are continuing the study now. A degree first year. Now it's a degree first year. The study is going on process. The study is going on process. It's a very important and very useful to the tense in the examination purpose as well as the other purpose also. And what is the structure of the present continuous tense? Subject plus am, is, are. Subject plus am, is, are plus V1 plus inform plus object. V1 plus inform plus object. Okay, I am teaching the class. I am teaching the class. Here, I am is the subject and helping verb. Teaching is the main verb. Teaching is the main verb. It's a form of a inform. It's a form of a inform. Okay, what are the examples of the present continuous tense? I am studying. They are playing. You are listening. You are listening. Okay, in the structure, subject plus am, is, are plus V1 plus inform plus object. Am is followed always I. I is followed always the am. And is followed always in third person singular. He, she, it. He, she, it is the followed always a is. And all plural forms of the subject. They, we, and people. Those are the plural forms. They are always followed the or. They are playing. We are in the class. Now we are in the class. Now we are all sitting in the benches. Now we are all sitting on the benches. You are studying the text. You are studying the text. Okay, these are the examples of a present continuous tense. We had already learned about the parts of speech, present simple present tense and present continuous. Present continuous. Now we will go to the another tense in the next class. Another tenses. What are the remaining tenses we will discuss in the next class. What are the remaining? You have to practice it. You have to practice the sentence for the simple present tense and present continuous tense. You have to practice it for the simple present tense and present continuous tense. And what is the importance of it? Say grammar. Every grammar topic is very important for the future studies. Very important in the future studies or the future understanding. Suppose you are went to the abroad. After the completion of your graduation, you are went to the abroad. What will you are using the language when you are entering to the any other country? but unfortunately you don't know that a native language, you will follow the in English, but English is the global language. English is the global and a universal language. Every country has followed the English, every country has speak the English, but unfortunately in India we are not followed the spoken format of the English. A few or a little members are, they are taken out as a prime membership, like that you have to prepare the for the examinations, you are prepared for the examinations, that is the very important. And what is the other aspects, but it's a very useful to our examinations also, it's a useful to very useful to it's a examination purpose also. Why? Because we want to write the examinations, that's why you want to listen and you want to practice the grammar, that is a very essential for the implementation of a good and a wonderful knowledge for the future purpose. Otherwise you will gone to the very a little learning, but when we are learning the grammar, you will prefer the always test me. Okay, now we will continuing the grammar in the next class.